Hello and welcome. I hope you're well. In this video, I want to discuss the serious issue of AI being used by nefarious actors to produce biological weapons. We hear constant calls for guardrails around these language models and AI development. We had the example recently where Anthropic delayed the release of its frontier Claude Mythos platform because the wider market was not prepared for its capabilities. That was centered around its hacking abilities, but it demonstrates the speed with which these platforms are developing. As far as guardrails and slowing down this technology, with the enormous sums of money involved and the arms race between countries and companies, any announcements of guardrails or safety is just a publicity exercise and a compliance tick box. Sorry if I sound cynical, but I have 61 years of experience on the planet and you notice the repeating behaviour. Let me start with this article from The Conversation, released April of this year, authored by Stephen Turner. In summary, OpenAI's model GPT-5 was able to run tens of thousands of experiments using robotic cloud laboratories. These are installations that execute chemical or biological experiments remotely. All material handling is done via robotics with no humans needed. The results are sent back to the client AI, who then processes the data and initiates the next round. This isn't science fiction, they are already operational. This allows thousands of variations to be tested in days rather than months or years, as was the case with traditional human labs. Studies done on these labs showed that people with limited biology experience were able to complete complex tasks with accuracy well beyond their competence level. Importantly, current regulations do not cover this. They are not written for AI automation. The article notes that some AI companies are imposing voluntary safety measures while government regulations are well behind. Next is an article from Nature released May of this year by Ewan Callaway. It discusses the case of a Chinese scientist developing an AI tool to design conotoxins. Conotoxins are found in venomous sea snails. They have a potent mix of proteins that block the nervous system in humans, causing death. There is no antivenom. Alarm was raised by US government employees. However, other researchers in the field say the risk is low. This example shows the danger with this emerging AI use case. One scientist spoke of the ability to develop toxins on the level of ricin that would be undetectable. James Black of Johns Hopkins University said there are two broad concerns around AI and bioweapons. One is that individuals working in garage labs could use a chatbot to learn how to produce or deploy existing threats such as anthrax. Another is that more sophisticated actors such as states or well-resourced terrorist groups could combine chatbots with specialist biological software to design new bioweapons. The final article from Science magazine, released October 25 by Dan Charles, reports the case of AI-designed toxins slipping through safety screens. This was done deliberately to test the screening software. However, in one instance, one screening tool missed 75% of the AI-designed toxins. This information was kept secret until the software was improved. The software developers also argue that screening tools that are too sensitive will flag harmless sequences as well, causing problems and associated cost blowouts. The article concludes with a warning from Drew Endy, a researcher from Stanford. He warns that improving the screening software is not the biggest concern. The biggest risk is the bioweapons programs being run at nation-state level, with countries accusing each other and escalating the problem. Well, this video is a concerning and sobering look at the reality the average person lives with today. We are relying on our governments to protect us here, but just a cursory look at what's been reported doesn't bring much optimism. I guess all of us need to put pressure on governments to act on this. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll try and give you a more positive video next time.